Good morning, good morning. We are just south of downtown Des Moines today, and we're going to be going over a fireplace install. Came to meet with these homeowners a few weeks back, and they had the smell of gas coming. They couldn't understand, they didn't know where it was coming from, but it felt like it was from the fireplace. And then they have always complained about a lot of air that felt like was gushing in from behind the fireplace. So I came out here, met with the homeowners, went looking at everything. House is about 30 years old, so meaning all the gas line was done in black iron as opposed to today's CSST. So I started explaining to them, sometimes when you tighten the black iron from this location, occasionally it loosens other fittings back behind the wall. So once I started going over that and then just the pure age of the house, they kind of were wanting an updated look anyway. So we decided to go ahead and tear the old fireplace out and install a new one. This video we're going to be showing you today is, a lot of people think that's a daunting task, a lot of tear out, a lot of mess, but really it's not. So we're going to be going over how to tear it out, installing the new fireplace, and then firing it up and seeing the before and after pictures. So let's go inside and get started. So the first thing we're going to do when we start demo work is lay down some cloth on the floor. What we're trying to do is protect your floors from any dings or scratches on the bottom of our shoes or anything like that. So that's just a barrier from the bottom of our feet to your floor. Also, during the demo stage, we have an air scrubber. This is that box-like structure with filters inside of it off to the left-hand side there. What that has is a fan on the bottom of it blowing down, which means it's sucking through the filters. So any kind of dust that is airborne, we're hoping will be sucked in through the filter, and the filter will catch all the particles and we can cycle the air. So exactly what it is. We're scrubbing the air of all the particles in it. Step one in the demo process would be chiseling off the old tile around the fireplace. With that, what we have is like a hammer drill that we put a chisel inside of, and you start one spot, and then as soon as that first, or this is tile here, so as soon as that first tile pops off, the rest of them are super easy. Back behind the tile is what you're gonna have is your drywall. You're either gonna have drywall or Durarock back behind the tile. So that's just gonna be easily taken out. What we're gonna do here, as you can see, we're keeping the mantle. We're not getting rid of the mantle. So everything that we're tearing out is from the mantle to the center of the fireplace. So once we got all the drywall torn out of there, now it's time to pull the fireplace out. Once we got the fireplace out, we quickly realized why they were feeling so much cold draft coming back from behind the fireplace. What we found was when they built the home, they forgot to insulate that chase. So that there's nothing stopping the cold from getting into the house. So this was an unforeseen issue, and it's pretty much one of the only unforeseen problems that can arise when replacing your fireplace. And it's not that big of a deal. We ended up calling a local insulating contractor, and they came over within that week, I believe, and we went ahead and sprayed a open cell foam insulation. As soon as they finished up insulation, we were able to get back in there. Yep, right here is a photo of actually wasps were getting back behind. That's how big the holes were that the previous fireplace installer left. So wasps were actually getting back in behind the plywood sheathing and forming wasps' nests. So what you see here now is the foam insulation. As you can see, open cell foam expands when it's sprayed on. So all we needed to do is we cut some of it down because behind the fireplace you need a certain amount of airspace. We did have to cut down some of the insulation because it was getting too close to the fireplace. The reason why you don't want combustibles close to the fireplace is because they're combustibles, and the last thing we want is a fire. And so now is time to actually install the fireplace. So here, as you can see, Kevin and Colton installing the new fireplace, put it in place, and then making sure the framing was everywhere where it needs to be. And then they braced the fireplace to the new framing, and then begin re-hooking up the electrical and gas line. Also, while we had the old fireplace out, we were able to pinpoint exactly where the gas leak was at, and we went ahead and fixed that while it was all wide open. So now we're going ahead and hooking up the old gas piping to the new fireplace, and then re-hooking the electrical to it as well. So we're pretty much done at this point until the tile work gets done, and then we can come back to put on the accessories. These homeowners went with a fan kit and a reflective black glass accessory, which is the background of the fireplace. I'll put a link in those videos down below if you wanted to see exactly what I'm talking about and how to install them. If you're interested in doing a project like that and you're located here in Des Moines, feel free to give us a call at Metro Heating and Cooling. Otherwise, I hope this helps you understand that it's not as daunting of a task as it looks. If you like this video, please click subscribe down below. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.